how to set up and how to start using your personal iMRS system at home. We have three different options with the iMRS. We have the well-fit, the complete, and the professional. First of all, I just want to go with you through the items which you're going to see when you unpack your box. The iMRS well-fit comes with the following items: the control unit, an SD card, a power plug, and the pillow applicator. These are the items which are delivered within our iMRS well-fit. For the complete model and the professional model, we, in addition, deliver you the probe applicator. The other differences between well-fit, complete, and professional are stored on the SD card, so there are no additional items left. So, how to set up the iMRS? Very simple. First of all, we need to connect all the options we have here on the table to make the iMRS system ready to use. First of all, what you do, you connect the plug with the wall, and the other side of the plug with the designated plug on the back side of the iMRS housing. The next thing which you do, you connect all the two, or with the complete and professional, the three applicators. We have three identical sockets on the back side of the iMRS housing, and the only thing you have to do, you just plug one applicator after the other. Because the system is intelligent, it doesn't even matter in which plug you put in the different applicator, because the iMRS is able to detect the designated applicator automatically. So it doesn't matter, you could either change it here and put the pillow here or the probe here, it doesn't matter. That's all. The other three sockets left we're going to cover, because these are the additional options you can purchase with your iMRS system, and we will talk about them at the end of the video. So now we have power, we have the three applicators plugged in. Now what we do, on the front side of the housing, right here, there is the slot for the SD card. Please make sure that you put in the SD card the right direction. There is a little sticker on it which tells you how to put in the SD card. You know, just put it that way inside and make sure that you plug it in properly until it clicks. And then your iMRS is connected to its brain and it's ready to use. Very simple. So we have the whole body application, which is here, the whole body applicator, where you can lie down with your entire body. And then we have the pillow applicator, and you know, for the complete and the professional version, we have the probe applicator. First of all, how to turn on the system. You're going to see the membrane keyboard, and on the left side there is the power button. By pressing the power button, you turn on the system. The iMRS logo will appear, and after a couple seconds, after booting the system, you're going to see a message with the contraindications. This is a legal necessity. We have to display the contraindications to make sure that the iMRS system is safe for everybody to use. You know, by pressing the enter button, the soft key below enter, you can turn off the contraindications, and for about 2 seconds you're going to see an information. What the iMRS does is very simple. It just reads out the SD card and gives you the information which kind of options you already have on your iMRS. It also determines whether it's a well-fit, a complete, or a professional system. Once it's done, the iMRS is ready to use. What are you going to see, and what you have to do for the first time, because the iMRS has a built-in clock, so you have to set up the clock first. Once you see the ready-to-go display, you press the soft key below Setup, and you automatically enter into the setup menu of the iMRS itself. Usually, the first thing which you see is the time. So by pressing again the enter, the soft key below enter, you can first of all set up the hours by using the arrow up and arrow down button. By the way, it's military time, so we have a 24-hour clock. So you set up the hours and press enter. After you did that, you set up the minutes with the arrow up and arrow down button. And then you press enter and the clock is set. We need to set the clock because the iMRS has a built-in Chinese organ clock, and to make sure, it doesn't matter which time of the day you use the iMRS, that the iMRS is able to adjust the Chinese organ clock to the built-in clock. So that's why it's important to set up the clock for the first time when you start using your system. By the way, there is no storage battery inside the housing of the iMRS. We have a high-end condenser built in, which keeps the clock running for about 3 months, even if the iMRS is not plugged into the wall. So that makes it very simple and very easy to maintain. So once we set the clock, we could go back again by using the soft key button below setup, and there is a menu which says volume. What you can do, the iMRS sometimes makes noise, especially when you start an application. You're gonna hear a nice wellness sound which indicates the start of a session. And sometimes there are alerts. For example, if something is not working correctly, the iMRS gives you, of course, visual alerts, but also audio alerts. And you can set up the volume of these alerts by using the volume setup within your setup of the iMRS. So with the arrow up and arrow down button, you just find your convenient volume. By pressing enter, it's set, and with the button ESC, escape, you are back in the main menu. Okay, let's see. To start an application, it's very simple. You look below at the membrane keyboard, and right beside the power button, where you turn on the iMRS, you're gonna see the choice of applicators. So you can press either the whole body mat sign, the pillow sign, or the probe sign to to indicate which kind of applicator you would like to use for your session right now. So do so, and you're gonna see a little picture in your display indicating the right applicator which you would like to use. The next step on your membrane keyboard is the time. Here you set the application time of the session. Very simple, with plus and minus, you can decrease or increase the time of application. For the iMRS WellFit and the iMRS Complete, you can choose between 18, 16 and 24 minutes. For the iMRS Professional, you can extend the time of application between 2 minutes and 60 minutes in 1 minute steps. Very simple. Once we did that, let's go to the next section on our membrane keyboard, which is the intensity. The intensity of the applied magnetic field. Very simple, with the plus and minus buttons, by pressing it, you can change the intensities in different ranges. It starts for all available options with the lowest intensity, sensitive. Then for the WellFit, it goes up to 200. Sensitive, 10, 25, 50, 100, 150, 200. For the complete model and the professional version, the intensity of the applied magnetic field can be increased up to 400 just by pressing it again. So you can go up and down until you have the right setting. Once this is done, the only thing you still have to do is to press the start button. Once you press the start button, the application starts. So you lie down or you use the pillow or the probe applicator to you apply it, and then you start your session. That's how simple it is. There are little remarks. The power plug comes with different adapters for different countries. You can see that here. So we have different adapters for Europe, for North America, and so make sure that you're gonna plug in the right adapter for your designated country. And please make sure, once you do that, that it's plugged in properly until it clicks.